That's actually something that I use quite a lot because of mystic illusion. We actually, I mean, it's like, okay, if you fell in love with a girl, second or third date, there are certain flaws in her personality or whatever you may not see because you're enamored. And we become enamored with ideas and concepts, and we miss sometimes the truth. Like, she may not be perfect, she may not be bad, but we overlook issues of truth sometimes. Pursuits of the mystic. I mean, as we're talking about pyramids, I've been criticized and I'll be criticized more, and I thank you. Please criticize very loudly and often. There are certain mystic pursuits that have led us and misled us. Certain concepts of reality lead us along paths or away from paths. And some of the mystic pursuits that I have some difficulty with is we go to ancient places looking for Ra, Amun, Atun, sun worship, God worship, polytheistic, monotheistic, stars, and all kinds of, worshiping cows. People have worshipped cows since the beginning of time. And very often we either go seeking current truths or go seeking past truths. And there's some difficulty I have with some of the mystic perceptions, because if you go somewhere with a preconceived notion that pyramids are tombs when they are not, you will tend to see something that's not there. We've demonstrated in the book in multiple times that there has never been a body found, pharaoh remains in a pyramid, ever in Egypt. But we go there wanting to believe it. The coffer, as it's called, in the king's chamber never contained a body. It's an ugly box. It's broken and actually has a function that I share in book 2. It's absolutely the coolest thing in the world. But if you go there with a mystic pursuit, that there was a king buried there, you miss the fact that if he was a god, he probably never showed up there. Because since he was human, if he had showed up on the site and sweated, someone might have noticed he's flawed. If he had tripped, because it's a work site, and fallen, they would have gone, oh no, he skinned his knee, he bled, he fell to the ground. He is flawed. If a fly landed on him and did not die or burst into flames, you would realize he's not a god. So realistically, during the construction process, Pharaoh probably never showed up. During the burial process, we know he never showed up because we never found any evidence. And there is none. We won't find it unless someone deceives us. But if we go into something with a mystic pursuit, understanding that we know the answer, pyramids are tombs, and we're wrong, we're misled. Our mystic pursuit has misled us. Unfortunately, what happens with the teacher, the problem, the great difficulty a teacher has teaching pyramids, Egyptology, archaeology, theology, the Bible, the hardest thing a teacher has is to overcome your preconceived notion of what you think you heard or you think is true. Sometimes we need to temporarily suspend our preconceived notions so that we can understand the truth. To quote the Bible, paraphrase it, the book of Daniel says at the end times, knowledge will increase. If knowledge is at the increase before the end of time, then we don't have it. We sometimes miss the concept that revelation is when something is revealed that we did not know. Understand, in order for you to gain revelation, you have to admit that you didn't have all the answers. The problem is in pursuits of religion, pursuits of mystic theory, alien theory and all, we go into it with an idea. Very often, as we get back to our discoverers of old, very often our discoverers go in with a preconceived notion of what they're going to find. As a potential capitalist, they would be looking for a capitalist society. As a socialist, they might be looking for a social society. What we find in Egypt, we actually find a combination of the two. Hence the why, potentially why the Great Pyramid was built.